Hello and welcome back to Shakesyear. We are working on the birth of Merlin, and today we get to hear from Lucina in Act 3, Scene 3. And yesterday we heard from the devil in Act 3, Scene 3. Now, if you remember, the clown and Joan were wandering around because we're trying to find out who the father of Joan's baby-to-be is. And at the end of one of the scenes in Act 2, as they were trying to get some courtier to claim the baby, the devil came in and she was like, that's him, and she ran off following him. But the clown didn't actually see him, and he was like, oh my God, my sister's going to chase the devil to find a father for her baby. So we know that the devil is the father of the baby at this point. And in Act 3, Scene 3, we started out with the devil, drawing on the elements, on earth and heaven and fire and wind and all this. And he summoned some spirits, Lucina, Hecate, Queen of the Spirits, some others, to go and be midwives for this birth that was about to happen. And they go and they take care of that off stage. And then they come back on after a fancy dance number, and the devil's like, thank you. And Lucina replies saying, farewell, great servant to the infernal king. In honor of this child, the fates shall bring all their assisting powers of knowledge, arts, learning, wisdom, all the hidden parts of all admiring prophecy to foresee the event of times to come. His art shall stand a wall of brass to guard the Britain land. Even from this minute, all his arts appears manlike in judgment, person, state, and years. Upon his breast the fates have fixed his name, and since his birthplace was this forest here, they now have named him Merlin Sylvester. Or maybe that should have been pronounced Sylvestier, so that it rhymes. It's interesting that this is a rhyming couplet kind of monologue. But anyway, she says this, and what she's saying is, baby's been born, huzzah! And all of the fates and all of the spirits that you summoned are imparting to this baby knowledge, wisdom, art, learning, the ability to tell the future, all these sorts of things. And he's going to stand guard over Britain with all of his powers. And even now, his magic is making him appear like a man instead of like a baby. So they're saying Merlin was born person size, full-on adult size. And then they make a big deal out of the fact that his name is Merlin Sylvester. And I'm guessing that most of us who are familiar with Merlin the magician might have a different opinion, knowing that his last name is Sylvester. But anyway, the devil is like, hooray and thank you, and his name will live on throughout the years as being synonymous with magic and mysticism and wisdom and all that sort of thing. So that's the end of Act 3, Scene 3. We had a birth scene without actually watching a baby get born. And it was orchestrated by the devil and a bunch of fates who have imbued him with all of these powers to the point where he was born a full-grown adult. And that is the birth of Merlin. But we still have a whole bunch of play to go, because we need to find out what's going to happen with the lovers. We need to find out what's going to happen with the weird love triangle between the king and his wife and his brother and all of that. There's still some plot lines that need to be settled. And, since Merlin was born a full-on adult, he gets to be a character now. So cool on that. Come on back tomorrow for more, and we'll see where it all goes. Mwah.